Warning, spoilers to follow. Mr. Nobody is an expansive film that covers multiple realities happening at once. It uses several editing tricks to move between these different worlds. The film Mr. Nobody follows the life of Nemo Nobody. As the oldest and last remaining mortal man, an old Nemo recalls his past lives. As a child, his parents split up, and in that moment, 3 parallel timelines are created in which he ends up staying with either parent and ends up together with one of 3 girls. The film's use of creative transitions between shots and scenes allow these worlds to blend together, hinting at the reveal that all of these stories eventually tie together. During the first watch, these effects and tricks may come off as flashy or unnecessarily showy, but they are ultimately justified in how they lend themselves to the unreality of the narrative. These jumps in time and space reflect the dreamlike, surreal nature of the film, similar to the structure of quantum physics that a middle-aged Nemo explains in one of his timelines.
What'll be the nature of time? If string theory is correct, the universe possesses 9 spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension.
Here we see a series of examples of match cuts Mr. Nobody likes to use to move between its various timelines. Here is one of the longest continuous scenes in the film, a 5-minute conversation between Nemo and one of his 3 love interests that manages to give us a break from the frantic pace of the rest of the film and allow a moment for both of these characters to develop. At the end of the film, the confusion of the contradictory timelines is resolved, revealed to be the imaginations of Nemo as a child. Shots from many of the different scenes and timelines flash through in a flurry of cuts. Mr. Nobody is also defined by its distinctive cinematography, often preferring symmetrical or geometric framing, and dynamic cutting between wide shots and extreme close-ups. As the worlds blend, many images become recurring, appearing at the beginning without explanation, but accruing meaning and context each time they return. We can see evidence of this film's reliance on editing to create a coherent narrative through this notice at the end of the credits, showing that many scenes were filmed and either partially or completely eliminated during the editing stage. Mr. Nobody is a unique and sprawling film that's main weakness may be that, like its characters, its ambition and imagination exceeds the reality of its execution, struggling to balance and keep coherent so many stories at the same time. Nevertheless, its attempts remain inspiring and entertaining.